Hi guys, it's Charlie from Pomskies, and it's time to do our weekly update on our current litter, which is our Disney dogs, hence the Disney ears. We are super excited about this litter. For those of you guys who are maybe new to following us or don't know who we are based out of Calgary, and we are a home-based breeder. We breed Pomskies, and we have our last litter that was born. We decided to name it after the Disney dogs because not too long ago in May, me and my kids and my husband, we all went down to Disneyland, which was very exciting. My kids had never been before, so when we were picking themes, that was the one that won out. So this is the mom here. I don't know if you guys can see her all that well, but this is Frost, and Dad is Arrow, and we're really excited about these puppies, and so I'll show you about them. So let's see here. This is Miss Frost. Here, Frost, come here. You're just barely out of the camera range. Come here, lady. Ooh. There you go. She's like, hi, I'm going to hide behind the logo. This is Frost. She's a gorgeous little girl. She is one of our bigger Pomskies. She weighs about 30 pounds, and she's what you'd call like a wolf sable or an agouti. Depending on who you're talking to. I've heard different things, but she does have an agouti coat, and she is got this lovely gray coat with the dark points in it as well. And so Frost is actually she's what's called an F1B, which means she's 75% husky and 25% Pomeranian. So how that works is her mom was a husky, and you're going on my hair today, Ralph. And her dad was a Pomsky, and so that makes her mostly husky. And we bred her to Arrow, who's 50-50, which means that these puppies are like 62% husky and the rest Pomeranian. Still Pomskies, just a little bit of a different mix. So we did these ones mostly too because on our last couple litters, we had some people asking for bigger puppies again, larger puppies. Because we have quite a few people who love, these larger northern breeds, like, Huskies or Malamutes, but they want something just a little bit smaller, but not quite as small as some of our other puppies have charted to be. So here, why don't you come in? Are you going to come lay down in here? You want to come in? No? I'm going to fix that light. Yep. Alright, or I guess you can lay right here with me for us. That's fine. Okay, so we'll start. I usually do them in birth order because it's just sort of easier to keep them things. Keep track of who I've done and who I hadn't, and they're not nursing this week. So they are 2 weeks old today. Their eyes are starting to open, which is fun. I'll try not to keep them too close to light for too long, but you can see Tramp's got his eyes open. I know. Frost is trying to get me to pet her. So Tramp looks a lot like his mama, and will keep looking a lot like his mama. You're going to knock the camera over, Frost. Go around the other way. You need to fix the thing. So, he is very cute. You just have to open the windows again. There you go. And the other one. Sorry. Frost stepped on my mouse, and so I couldn't see what I was doing there. Yeah, nope, other one. There we go. There we go. Now I can see again. I couldn't tell. I wasn't sure if she even exited out of the live. But anyhow, but this is Tramp. He's got his eyes open, you can see. So all puppies sort of start out with blue eyes. So, you can see some blue in there. They're kind of dark when they first open too, so it's hard to tell. But after the first couple weeks, sometimes the blue eyes start to go dark. And so just because they're blue now doesn't mean they're going to stay blue. So Frost has like amber eyes or almost green eyes. They're not sort of the traditional amber that you'd think to see, but they're not quite blue either. They're not quite brown. But Dad has 2 blue eyes, so we have the potential to have blue-eyed puppies, brown-eyed puppies, bi-eyed puppies, which means one of each, and party-eyed puppies, which means that they have, maybe a blue eye with a little spot of brown, or vice versa. So then we'll know those as they get a little older. About 4 weeks we can tell those for sure. Do you want to come back down? He's like, I'm not sure why I'm up in the light. So, but Tramp is a little boy, and he is one of the You're laying on my chart, my love. The bigger puppies, he is about the second biggest. This time Lady is charting to be the biggest right now. Although they're very close, so that could change. We've never had a girl puppy be the biggest before. So we'll see if that remains the same or if it doesn't. Can I go in? Sure, you can go in and take care of your babies. The next puppy born was Mr. Pluto. And he's also very cute. He looks a lot like Tramp, except he's a little bit darker. And he has some more like warmer tones to him where, you know, Tramp is quite gray. You can see he's walking in the background. Tramp is, they're starting to get up on all fours now and walk around more. He's got some, you know, sort of almost some warmer tones to him. So I'm interested to see how he'll change and how those colors will change and develop. But he's also quite cute. He has similar markings to his mom as well. So he'll be beautiful, and I think he'll look a lot like his mom. Yes, I know. His eyes are starting to open too. This in some ways is not a great time to be doing these videos because when their eyes start to open, they're more sensitive to light. And they're also more aware of when we're doing weird things like holding them up randomly because they can see and they can tell. Although their depth perception isn't great right now. But, in fact, with little young puppies, they'll like walk right off of things if you leave them up. So we have a rule at our house that no puppies are allowed on couches or on beds or anything unless you're like sitting there holding them. So they don't walk off the edge of the couch or anything. But they definitely can see now when they're hungry. If Frost walks in, they all like swarm her much faster than they did when they could just sort of smell her and tell where she was, you know, based on those other things. Hi, Frosty. Good girl. So the next puppy that was born was Pongo, of course. Let's see if I can grab. So, Pongo is what's called a piebald puppy. You can see there. He still has the mask. You can see he's got the blaze and the mask around his eyes. A lot of them have these pink noses. I don't know if you guys can tell from last week even they're filling in, but those will all fill in and they'll all be dark by the time they go home. So piebalds all have like, you know, usually dark spots around their tail, but then their tail itself is all white. Their legs are usually all white, and then they have just different amount of dark on their coat. Some have a lot more, some have a lot less, but they usually all have dark on their face as well. So he's very handsome. We love Pongo. Of course, we named our two piebald puppies after the Dalmatian parents on 101 Dalmatians. So he's Pongo, and our other piebald is a girl, and she's pretty. You can see his eyes are open as well. It's harder to tell because he's got the mask in there, but his are probably the most open, or were the most open the other day. And he's very cute and very sweet. We love him. We love them all. They do some new things this week. We've clipped all of their nails. We did that close to the beginning of the week. Now every week I will clip their nails for them. They don't need them to be done necessarily every week, but I just take off the smallest amount, mostly because it gets them used to having their nails clipped, and it keeps them nice and trimmed for Mom, which makes a big difference when she's nursing. You can tell if I haven't done it for too long, because then, you know, she'll start to get little red marks, you know, where they've been scratching and trying to get in there to nurse. So we keep them done to make it easier on Mom. These puppies will probably start supplementing them, which means, or like feeding them this week. I often don't wait until about 3 weeks to start, but because she has such a big litter, it's her first litter, we might start a little earlier and get them used to eating solid food, which we do very slowly and as needed for Mom and for puppies, depending on how they're doing. We've never really had to supplement our puppies. We've always had moms that are good with lots of milk, which makes it a lot easier for us and nicer too. It's easier if Mom just feeds them. So that was Pongo, and he is one of the smaller ones right now. So, and this early on, their sizing can change quite a bit, and their ranking, like who's bigger, who's smaller, can change as they sort of, the first couple of weeks, I find. So usually by about 4 weeks, I feel like 4 weeks is sort of the magic time. So there's also the time that we start allocating and choosing which puppy's going to go to which family. because then we have an idea of size, eye color. We have a much better idea of temperament, which really to me is the most important part in allocating to families. Because we always tell people that all puppies are cute and you can fall in love with any puppy, but health and temperament are the things you have to deal with for the next, hopefully, 12 to 16 years. So we sort of try to choose based on temperament for different families as well. Of course, wanting to know what they want from a puppy. We don't discount what they look like. We feel like when you're choosing a puppy for your family, it's important to get one that you think is adorable too. So we wait till about 4 weeks to do that, but we mostly because then we have their size sort of figured out. We have eye color, personality, and it's just easier to work out all of those things. The next one born was Miss Lady. Yes. Are you a pretty lady? So I guess I shouldn't tell you collar colors. Tramp wears a gray collar. Pluto wears a green collar. Pongo wears a black collar. And then this is Lady, and she wears a pink collar. And so, but these guys, a lot of them will have a woolly coat, so a longer coat like Frost does. So I'm not sure how well their collars are going to show all the time, but thankfully they all look a little different, so it's easier to tell them apart. But you can see her eyes are opening up as well. And she's got these cute markings, so this mask will continue to come in. Those eyebrows will get a little bigger, the wider, so that mask will look a lot like a superhero mask when she gets older. She's very cute and very sweet. We love her. She's got lots of gray in her tummy. So I'm interested to see and to watch whether this, on her coat, it's hard to tell, but there's variations here. Her cheeks are quite white, but then her masking also is quite gray. So I'm interested to see if that's going to stay silver or all go white, or how exactly she'll look. But she could be a black and silver, or she could be sort of like a black and white. But regardless, she has these gorgeous markings. Right now, she's our biggest puppy. That being said, the difference between her and Tramp, which is the next biggest, is just a matter of grams. It could have been that one hadn't pottied yet and one had, so that's sort of, they're very close together in size. Our next puppy after that was Miss Penny. And Penny's also, she's not a piebald, but she's named after one of the Dalmatian puppies, 101 Dalmatians. She's the lightest of the puppies, other than the piebalds that are the white. You can see how light her coat is in here. I think this will all go gray. So gray puppies are born and they have sort of more of a tan look to them, like this. So her dad does have some tan in his coat, so she could stay this sort of tan color, but I think it'll go gray. You can see that she's got lots of gray in her face too, and I think those markings will sort of get a little darker, and I think she's going to be just stunning. We love her. She's got beautiful markings. She's got a mask just like her dad. So where Tramp and Pluto have masks more like their mom, she's got a mask like her dad. Although I think she's going to be colored more like her mom. Yes, and she is one of our smaller puppies. Well, she's actually right in the middle right now. I guess her and Pluto are just a couple grams apart, and they're, I guess, sort of the middle, or in the middle there, those two. So she's gorgeous. We love her. She's quite calm and sweet, fairly chill. So you can see too with her, I'll hold her up again. Her nose hasn't all filled in yet. You can still see it's pink with the black spots. So that will all fill in before they go home. But I think it's cute because they're born with these little light noses. Yes. Yes. You can hear your other brothers and sisters eating. Some of them are nursing over there. Let's see. So, and that's Penny, and she's really cute. She wears a purple collar. And the next one that was born was Stitch. We call these two the twins because they look a lot alike, and they're born one after the other. But they're not really twins per se. So Stitch looks a lot like her, except she's not quite as dark, and he definitely already looks quite gray. They have this dorsal stripe that goes down their back where it's quite a bit darker. And then he's got a beautiful mask too, just like his dad. And again, I think he'll look a lot like his dad's in terms of markings, but I think colored more like his mom. Yes, and his eyes are open as well, as you can see. He's like, "Why did you wake me up?" And he wears a blue collar because Stitch is blue. If you guys, for those of you who don't watch a lot of Disney films, Stitch isn't even actually a dog, although they call him a dog in the movie a lot. But he's actually an alien, as my kids always remind me. They call him our little alien. But we like Lilo and Stitch a lot at our house, so they had to include him in the Disney dog litter. Yeah, but we really like him as well. He's quite sweet. You're going to try and nurse on my finger? It won't work very well, but you certainly can. Yeah, you can try. But he is very handsome. Yeah, and he's right in the middle as well. He's sort of one of the middle ones, but on the smaller side of the middle right now. But we'll see, again, if that stays or how long that stays. And then I'll just grab the last puppy, who of course has wandered far away. I try to put them all close when I do the videos, but of course they wander away, so they make it difficult for me. So, and this is Purdy. She's the other piebald. You can see she's got the dark spot at the base of her tail. So, and you can see here, she's not as dark, her markings aren't as dark as Pongo's are. So I'm interested to see how the color will change on these. But they're quite cute, but you can see, and I'll post pictures of them too. You can see that they're not quite as dark as the others. So she may end up being, you know, sort of gray and white, or black and white. I'm not sure exactly how those will change. We haven't had piebald puppies before. This is our first time having them. So they're new to me to sort of watch to see how they change. And but we're excited to sort of see how they change. I know you want to go eat. I'll let you go eat. So, and her eyes aren't quite open all the way yet. A lot of them aren't open all the way yet, but hers are probably one of the more closed. She's the smallest puppy out of the litter, and she was also the last born. And so, the last puppies born don't always do things last, but in this case with Purdy, it seems to be a little bit that way, where she's the smallest. The youngest is the smallest in doing things last, but that may not last for very long either. She might go back to doing things faster. So this past week, they also got to meet Dad. Arrow loves his puppies, and so he's sort of encamped outside of my bedroom door pretty much all the time when he's not playing or doing whatever else. He naps out there and hangs out there when he can, because when we open the door and go in and out, then he gets to see the puppies for a second. So he came in to see them the other day. It helps too because Frost and Arrow are like best buddies. So she was okay with that. She doesn't like him to get too close to them or to stay in here too long, but she's okay with him being a little bit near. This week we'll continue to let the puppies, or let our other dogs meet the puppies slowly. It makes it easier because then they're less all excitable if they meet them for the first time when they come downstairs. Because when they get a little bigger, we start taking them downstairs. This week, we'll let them sort of wander on the carpet and get used to different sort of flooring and texture a little bit too, as they're starting to learn how to walk and be more mobile. We just sort of slowly introduce them to the world, and then once they're about 4 weeks old, they come and they hang out downstairs, and they are just like part of the family, just like our other dogs. And they live that way just like they're ours until they go home to their new families. So they get lots of practice being socialized and, seeing the world around them, which is sort of fun for us and fun for the kids. It makes for a busy house, but we love it. And I think it makes for really well socialized puppies that go home ready to be part of your family and to love interacting with everyone and with all of the things that life has to offer for them. So we're very excited to watch these guys grow. These puppies will all go most likely to people who are already on our waiting list. If you are curious about our waiting list, you can find the information on our, by emailing us. There is some information right there. That is our email address and our website. So if you email us at info@chinookpomsky.com, that's the best way to get on our waiting list, and then we will send you back. It's sort of it's not really our full puppy application, that's what we call it, but it's more just a little bit to know what you're looking for. If we get people asking for things for a long time, like asking, for example, for chocolate Pomskies, or for sort of red Pomskies, which for a long time we couldn't produce. So then I would say, you know what, if that's what your heart's set on, you need to find another breeder. Here are a couple I know that are producing that. Where now that we have Maverick, we can produce those. We have a couple of dogs that carried for it, but now we have Maverick so that we can have those. But then it gives us an idea of what you're looking for, and then we put you on our waiting list. Once you're on our waiting list, we keep you updated when puppies are born, and we sort of figure out who's looking for puppies, what sizing, when, and then we start, matching those people on the waiting list to puppies when they're about 4 weeks old. And then if you're just looking for more information about us and about what we do, our website is up there as well, and that's where we have a lot of information. That being said, Facebook probably has the most information and the most current information, like updated all the time. So, with puppies and things like that, we usually update Facebook much more often than our website, but we do try to keep both updated. You can also follow us on YouTube as well. We also post videos. All of these videos get posted onto YouTube as well. And if you guys have questions about these puppies, you can always just comment in the thread below, and I'll try to keep an eye on it and respond to them as quickly as I can. But yeah, we're excited about these little guys, and we'll do another video update, of course, next week, so you guys can see what these guys are doing and how they've changed. They changed so much. They grow so quickly. It's almost a little bit sad. I wish they stayed smaller longer. Got to stay with us longer, but it's cute watching them grow and change. And again, if you guys are new to watching us, I'm Charlie from Pomskies, and we're based out of Calgary, and we breed Pomskies and occasionally Huskies. And yeah, we're super excited about these guys. It's fun. It's fun watching Frost be a mom. I love watching our girls be moms and take care of their puppies, and sort of, I don't know, they love it. She loves her puppies. It's very cute to watch them together. And as I said, if you guys have any questions at all, just put them in the comments and I'll happily answer them. And we post daily on Facebook, so you guys can see how our puppies are doing and what they're up to. And we'll keep you all informed. And we will see you guys again next week.